things up more in that second half. Is that what happened? Is that part of what made the offense work?
Just kind of getting in that tempo and just trying to get the defense a little bit off schedule and get them a little gas, which they were. So I feel like every time we're in that tempo and we're kind of moving the ball at a fast pace, we move the ball very well. So I always try to keep implementing to the coaches and to some of the players that to continue to do the tempo and to continue to move the ball at a faster pace. I feel like it works very well for us.
How much of the go-ahead drive was trusting each other? I mean, you had 2 or 3 do-or-die plays on that drive, and it never looked like there was any panic.
Yeah, I've kind of been trying to tell these guys to give me the ball a little bit. Coming off the first half, I only had 2 targets, 3 targets. So that second half, they kind of got me into the game plan a little bit more, kind of got me into those zone coverages. They played a lot of cover 2, and they didn't really, too much double me too much. So I was able to kind of sit in those holes in the zone, and Sam found me plenty of times.
Justin, I was going to say you hit this all straight at 99 yards, kind of, sneaking up in there.
I hate those games actually. That 1 yard, and it don't count towards the 100-yard games that you have. So, but as long as we get the dub, we're moving the ball at a very high pace. I'm fine with it. It is what it is at the end of the day. I definitely try to get those 100 yards games, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world.
How did it feel to get more ball today?
I felt great. Especially coming from last week, having only kept two catches, and now just getting a little bit more involved into the game plan. But every week it's a different scheme. It's a different team that's kind of scheming up to try to stop me. So every team is going to play a little bit differently. Today they didn't really play too much of double coverage and kind of allow me to sit in the holes in the zone and just allow me to kind of work in the hole. So Sam did a great job into trusting to throw that ball into those windows and for me to just go and make those plays. So it definitely felt great today.
At halftime, what do you do if you want to sell that you're open? How do you go about it? They say, Justin, what do you got? How does that work when you make adjustments, and what input do you have?
Just continue to get open. It's definitely some plays that I was open a little bit in the first half. It just didn't find me. So just continue to just be myself, continue to run the routes that I'm coached to run, and just getting open at the end of the day, letting Sam find me whenever he can, and moving the ball downfield. That's all that really matters.
When you have a guy like Aaron Jones who's fumbling the ball, kind of hard on himself, within chaos, so we're going to come back to you, and then redemption, he gets in there. What do you say about that whole situation, not only him, but this team, that you can rely on someone like that?
Yeah, we always have trust and confidence in AJ to come back and to bounce back in any type of way. We know AJ is not the type of guy to fumble and to get the ball away, and he's a great back, and he's big for us. He's a big weapon for us. So you can't, somebody like that, you can't just shut them out. You can't just let them hang their head down and feel like they did something bad for the team. We just got to keep going to them, keep giving them that confidence to go out there and still ball out and make plays. But we always know that AJ is going to bounce back and continue to be the player that he is.
This team wasn't supposed to win 10 games. You won 10 and there's still 5 to go. Do you feel like there's still more to be proven out there?
Yeah and no. Proven to everybody else, but in this locker room, we know what we have. We know the potential that we have with this team, the coaches, the players. Everybody is dialed into where we want to go. We're not really too much cared about the outside people and what everybody else thinking about us. That's not going to cause us to win any games and cause us to win a Super Bowl. So we just got to be dialed in, all of these guys that's in this locker room, and just be ready to go. Of course, we're going to celebrate this victory today, but tomorrow, it's back to work and back to being 1-0 for the week.
Jordan said when he heard that 4th and 6th play call coming, he got pretty excited. What were you thinking when that call came?
Yeah, I was pretty excited as well. Just seeing the coverage of the defense and of course with the route schemes, I kind of figured that I was going to be open on that play. But it was just great execution from everyone. Great execution from Sam to find me in that window and to give me the ball for a first down. So it's just every single play. You just kind of got to think about the next play. You know, you make a play, you got to think about the next play, and it's just countless times you have to do that, especially with this offense, with the weapons that we have. The ball is not going to come to you every single play. So you just got to kind of focus on the plays that you do have when the ball does come to you. And just like I always say, we're working to 1-0 for the week. So it was great to get this win.
Byron with another pick. He's got receiver hands, doesn't he?
He definitely be working on them hands. He definitely have great hands for a DB. You know, just him making those plays and getting us the ball is tremendous for us, and we definitely will need that, especially in this late game stretch.
Justin, has anything about Sam's play the last 2 games down the stretch surprised you?
No. I mean, we kind of expect that from him. I mean, seeing that what he has been doing, you know, the beginning of the year, we kind of expect that now from him. Just creating that extra couple seconds to allow us to get open, and that scramble drill, it definitely works out. You know, those create even bigger plays. So just having him and just making extra plays downfield is very useful.
Do you like blocking for him when he's scrambling?
I'll block for anybody. I'll block for anybody that run the ball, and I'm never a selfish player. So I will always be in that in that, we call it the war zone, to blocking and doing whatever I got to do and making sure that my guys are getting even more yards. So. Of course, I would want him to throw the ball more than scrambling. But you know, if he does scramble, getting those yards and it's wonderful.
Justin, what was it like watching the defense on that last Cardinals possession?
I mean, to end out the game with the interception like that, and it feels great. You know, just having our defense come strong for us again, like they always do. Just making play after play. You know, getting sacks, getting strips. You know, just doing all that they can to get us the ball back. And we definitely, you know, need to give them some credit also, and because that's a great offense. You know, they have a great quarterback in Kyler, and for them to, you know, stop them plenty of times and get 3 on the board instead of 7, that was very big for us.
I feel like go ahead. You mentioned taking it play by play, but what do you tell yourself when things are moving a little slower than they were in the first half?
Yeah, you know, those are the difficult times. You know, those are times where, you know, you kind of want to, you know, say something and you want to react emotionally, but you can't. You know that it's a long game. You know that the ball is going to come to you eventually, and whenever the ball does come to you, you got to make the most of it. You got to make the most of those opportunities, and with this league, the opportunities are very slim. So I'll try to make the most of those opportunities when they come.
Justin, I know you already mentioned Sam having the confidence to throw at those contested catches. There was one, though, where, like, at least live, it seemed like you and the defender almost had hands on it. Is that just, like, outwilling him at that point, or how do you come away with that?
Yeah, just being, we call it quarterback friendly. Seeing the ball thrown, and I'm kind of aware of who's around me and, you know, the things that I got to do in order to catch a ball. And just kind of coming closer to Sam when I'm seeing the defender right next to me, and just making a contested catch. That's all it is at the end of the day. Just having good eyes, good hands, and just locking it in and making sure that we're continuing the drive. Just like I said, the opportunities are very slim. So whenever the ball is in the air and it's coming my way, it's mine.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Jordan, you guys squeak out another one. Again, you still haven't played your best ball, but 10-2. It was kind of tough out there. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It was tough. You know, we started off slow, but like you said, we got it done.
What does Sam do differently in the past couple of games when he's under pressure that he still – it was a little slow in the first half, but then he kind of opened it up in the second.
Yeah, I seen no flinch from him, but I feel like when the pressure on, that's when we playing our best ball. The pressure was on us in that last 2 minutes. Defense got us the ball back, and we went down and scored.
You seem to be the guy, too, tight windows. I know that early on, Jets was saying, hey, if I have a tight window, you're now a tight window guy, too, kind of in the clutch. How does that feel?
It felt good. You know, I just wait for my opportunity. When it come my way, I execute.
You told me last week that it wouldn't, you know, I said are you on a roll now? And you said you're never on a roll because you don't know how they're going to cover you every game. That's them today, right? A lot of it, you guys have had short series and you didn't have many opportunities.
Yeah, we didn't know. They did a good job on third down getting us off the field, but, we came in halftime, seen what they was doing, got a good idea, and then went back out and did what we had to do.
So your adjustments were good?
Yeah, they was great.
Jordan, what were your thoughts on the pass that Sam had for you, I think, in the second half, where there was a defender in front of you that leapt up and Sam kind of put it right where it needed to be?
Yeah, we ran that play in the first half. He didn't throw it to me, but it was kind of like the same way. And I felt like if he would have threw the ball how he did, it was going to be, a good play. And it was just a good ball, good placement.
Aaron talked about having obviously a rough game to start, and then Coach having the confidence to continue to go back to him, and then he gets in the end zone at the end. Can you just talk a little bit about that, continuing to believe in guys if they do have some struggles and then see it come full circle?
Yeah, it's always tough when you start off slow, but I just salute him for not losing his confidence. And, when he got his chance again, he got in there. So just salute to Aaron for, being strong, being mentally tough.
And that redemption when he did get it was key, right?
Yeah, I bet it felt good.
When it comes to this team being 10-2, even if it's just a 1-point win, what have you guys learned about yourselves on the road? Your 3 victories to come back home.
No matter how the game going, no matter how it start, I feel like everybody in here as a whole got the confidence to feel like we gonna win. So we never flinch no matter what's going on, and we just keep being successful.
What did the defense show you today? I know that you guys have been saying it doesn't matter what we see on tape, they never bring the same thing because of all the weapons you have.
Right.
It was pretty much what you saw on tape though this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but like they third down game plan, we didn't think they was going to do what they did. I feel like they tried something one time, they were successful, and they kept doing it. Not in the end, Skull Vikes.
What changed second half offensively? The tempo was better. You guys were shooting quick hits. It looked like totally different offense, at least in terms of results in the second half.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we came in at halftime. We got a good look at what they was trying to do on third down and early downs, and then Sam did a good job executing.
How about Byron Jr. getting his 5th pick of the year?
Yeah, shout out him, and that was against his former team. I know he probably somewhere living it up. Thank you. Yeah.
Congrats.
For me, it was a roller coaster, but thankful for these guys in this locker room to keep my head up, keep me up, and coach as well. He's like, hey, we're going to come back to you, keep your head up, and it ended up happening at the end, and I guess in the most important time. So I'm really thankful to be here, thankful for my teammates and my coaches for lifting me up even when I'm down. They keep my head up on the sideline. They never lose confidence in me. They never falter, and they're always there to lift me up.
You're harder on yourself, and when they sat you, what were you thinking at that point?
Just be there for my teammates. Be the biggest cheerleader I can be. Let them know what I'm seeing on the field, and when the opportunity presents itself, go make a play.
You've never really been a guy that's fumbled much. What do you think's going on there?
Don't know. Just got to go back and look at the film. I can't make any excuses. That's not me. So I'm not going to make an excuse. Go back and look at the film. But I got to be better. I talked with Coach Maude, and he said, we'll figure out what's going on. We'll correct it. But it's even more frustrating because, like you said, that's not me, and it's happening more than I like recently. So, but I'll get that fixed.
Aaron, what is it about this?
Caught that ball in the end.
Oh, 100%. Sam threw a dime. It was in my hands. I feel like when I was pulling it in to going to the ground is when I bobbled it and lost track of it. But even when I ran off then, KO was like, hey, we're coming right back to you. And so that just means a lot. When things aren't going your way, say this wasn't my best day. It wasn't my day, probably. But when you got, like I said, a group of guys around you who believe in you, they're going to stick with you.
How this league goes, were you surprised that he did say that? So he's coming back to you that quick? Like, it was no even hesitation that they're going to use you still?
Not really. He tells me he's always believed in me. He always has confidence in me. So it's just echoed it there even more. And just, it lifts you up a little bit when things aren't going your way. Like, hey, we're coming back to you. Stay ready. So it lifts you up and lets you know, hey, I gotta be on my P's and Q's.
But is that kind of the way it's just going with this team all year? You guys keep saying we haven't played the perfect game, but here you're standing 10-2.
Good teams find a way to win, no matter if it's pretty, no matter if it's close, a blowout. However it happens, good teams find a way to win. Good teams are resilient, and we have a good team in this locker room, and we'll put it together though.
What did you think of Sam's performance on that last drive, leading you off to that touchdown?
Sam's a baller. I mean, he's shown it week in, week out, everything that you need to see to check any boxes, any questions that anybody still has on him. I feel like he's shown it out there, especially in clutch moments last week, this week as well. When you got to have it, he goes down there and marches us down there, leads the team. And like I said, it was never any disbelief that we wouldn't get it done.
Aaron, what did it feel like? What did it feel like to get in the end zone there? And then just, do you feel like that sort of gave the defense the spark it needed to dig deep again and make one final stop there?
It was a sigh of relief. Just being able to go up, take the lead. We had ultimate confidence in our defense that they would get it done, and we know once we give them a little bit of energy, because normally it's them feeding us the energy. But if we're able to give them some, they're holding bottling it in and riding with it. So that's what they did in the fourth.
Aaron, going back to that go-ahead drive on that 4th and 6th play call, what were you thinking when that came in?
Got to make a play. The time's now. Forget everything else that's happened and be here in this present moment and make that play.
What did you see on that play from Sam to Justin?
Sam to Justin, a great play, a great ball. Justin's so good in contested catches or coming down in tight windows. He knows how to work back down to the ball, which is a very underrated in this game. I feel like even myself and a lot of receivers don't work back to the ball, but you see him work back to the ball, and that's why you'll see him a ball that looks like supposed to be intercepted. Him coming up with it, or like, whoa, how did that happen? But he just has a full understanding of the game.
Aaron, what is it about this offense where Jets doesn't mind if other people score? He's not about the stats. You have a coach saying, hey, we're going to you, and then you show him redemption. What is it about this team that makes it different that way?
We just got a locker room full of hungry, selfless guys, Like you said, it might not be my day today, it may not be somebody's day the next day or whatever, or you may not get the stats that you want, but we know we still got to be there because we have other weapons, and hey, maybe I'm a decoy this game, or just get their eyes on me. But at the end of the day, we got so many weapons, and we feel like you just can't just key on one person, and if you do, then everybody else is going to go off.
What was it like midway through the third quarter? You guys go 3-0 and you hear the boos from the crowd here?
I really didn't pay too much attention to it. I was kind of just locked in on what we needed to do, locked in on the game. But I love our fans. They're just probably a little anxious, but we got it done, and I'm sure they're happy now.
So what happened on the sideline, or what flipped after that moment?
Just us communicating, hey, one play at a time. We didn't have the first half that we wanted. I think we came out the first drive we scored, But after that, so we just echo, hey, one play at a time, do the things that we know that we can do, and communication as well. Communication's big, and protection, anything like that. So all 11 be on the same page, and whatever we get, we can figure it out, and we'll be good.
Front row seat for Byron Murphy to get his 5th pick of the year, huh?
I'm glad he got that one, especially against his former team. Makes it even a little bit more special, and then we needed the turnover as well, so he gave us the ball in great field position as well.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Another resilient win. First and foremost, man, the way our defense played, the way that they were able to stop them to field goals early on, even late in the game as well. They continue to come up big for us, and just a resilient effort by the offense, man. As a group, obviously, it wasn't the first half that we wanted. We got to get better in a lot of ways, and learning from that first half is going to be huge. But the way we battled in the second half was awesome. And I give a lot of credit to Arizona. Their defense, their players, they play really, really hard. Budda Baker, obviously, on the other side is a heck of a player. The way that he flies around all game, really, all their guys, were flying around all game, and just a lot of credit to the way Arizona came out, and just proud of all the guys in the locker room.
Sam, what makes their defensive structure so tough?
Yeah, I think just some of the way they mix up certain coverages, present different looks. It's obviously a lot of similarities between their defense and the way our defense plays. there were a couple times I felt like early on, I could have, made some calls that would have changed some of the protections and kept me from getting hit. But, in those situations, just got to continue to protect the ball, which I felt like I did a good job all day of. When something wasn't there, whether it was just taking a sack or throwing the ball away. But yeah, I felt like their defense was rolling today, and just again proud of the way we responded.
And what was your sense of how Aaron Jones was dealing with the day and just being ready to make the catch that on that final play?
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about a guy who's mature, been through a lot in his career. Just so proud of him. The way obviously he responded really well in the Chicago game. He did the same thing today. We're just going to continue to trust him. I'm going to continue to trust him, throw him the ball because, man, he's a heck of a player and he does a lot of good stuff for us.
Sam, what is your mentality just coming back on the field with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, knowing you need to go the length of it?
Yeah, just one play at a time. That's been my mentality all year. I think early on in the drive, completions, that's another big one. And if, they present us with, a look where I feel like I can, fit a ball in there or, make a big play, obviously I'm going to take it in time, within the timing of my feet and my eyes. But, I think other than that, if it's not there, just being able to get completions to start the drive especially.
Justin said when the play call for that 4th and 5 came in, he thought he was going to be free. I guess just what was your first impression of that call and then what you see on the play?
Yeah, love the call, obviously. It was just a really good job by Jets. He did the same thing in practice, just finding that soft spot in the zone. And, we connected on it really very similarly to the way we did on Thursday in practice. And so, they brought a really, a good pressure on that play as well. But I was able to get the ball out, and convert. It was a huge play, obviously, by Jets, really by all 11, to be able to execute on that 4th down.
Is that one of those when you get problems and challenges in the first half? Was one of the adjustments trying to get a little quicker hits? It felt like you guys a lot quicker developing plays in the second half. Was that part of it?
Yeah, there were a few adjustments that we made in the second half. Not going to go into a ton of detail on that, but we made a few adjustments, and I was very obviously happy with the way we came out. Want to put the ball in the end zone, obviously, but just the way that we responded, especially when Arizona was able to take the ball back, score, get up 2 possessions, to be able to go down and score a touchdown was absolutely critical. And just, I can say it a million times in this press conference, but the way that our offense and our defense, our special teams, our whole team just kept our heads down and just played through that game all the way until the end. And, it was awesome to see.
Sam, have you learned anything about yourself this year?
Haven't really had time to think about that, to be honest, but dude, I'm just going to continue to do my job every single day, and I'm just going to keep it that simple.
How about having 10 wins on December 1st? Your coach made a pretty big deal about that postgame.
Yeah, obviously it's nice, to be able to get that 10th win in December, especially early, but we still, we got a long way to go to be the team that we want to be. That first half wasn't our brand of football, and we're going to continue to learn, watch it, and grow as a team. But it's nice when you can play, like that in the first half and continue to grind through it and get a win. It's awesome when that happens, obviously. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.